The Larson era continues, but not without controversy. Did Chase Elliott wreck on purpose? And we got to talk about the rims and tire package. All that and more coming up next. What's going on, everybody? If I haven't earned your subscription, hopefully today is the day I will earn that subscription. All right, this is going to be the first of 3 videos that I'm making. This one will come out in the morning. The other one will come out around lunchtime, and the final one will come out around 2:15 or 2:30. I got slow internet, so it just takes a while to load these things up. But all right, without further ado, let's get into it. Kyle Larson wins the race, but it was not without controversy. The Kyle Larson haters were all over it, saying Kyle Larson is driving dirty this season. Obviously, in the Coliseum, he put Justin Haley in the wall. He admitted he did that on purpose, and he wasn't proud of it, and that was a dirty move. I will admit that as a Kyle Larson fan. This one, however, is not as cut and dry. Kyle Larson came up, and it looked like he was arcing his corner. That's actually what he was doing. He didn't know Chase Elliott was there. He was arcing his corner to get a run on Joey Logano after side-sucking him. He was going for the arc there. But, of course, the Kyle Larson haters are like, oh, he threw a late block. He saw his teammate coming, and he walled him. Even some popular YouTubers said he became the villain in that moment. He didn't throw a late block. He just didn't know the guy was there. And this is, you can hear this on the radio communication and all that. You can hear his spotter say, his spotter is just going up high, up high, up high. Because his spotter realized what Larson was doing too late. So at the end of the day, I understand Chase Elliott. Of course, the 9 team is going to be mad about this. But it was just actually one of those deals, in my opinion. And I think the evidence supports it when you hear his spotter saying, oh, he's high, he's high, he's high. I think you understand that Larson just didn't know he was there. He didn't throw a late block. He was just trying to arc out his corner and get a run on Joey Logano. But that brings me to my next point, the 9 team and Chase Elliott. So let's go to Chase Elliott and the 9 team. He had a rough day, and it looked like all was actually going to be okay at the very end. After suffering some significant damage after getting into the wall, the team had got the car repaired and back in shape, and he was up there contending for the win. He made that move on Larson, and Larson arced up on him late, didn't know he was there. In my opinion, if you're a Chase Elliott fan, you might have a different opinion. But anyway, after that, Chase Elliott went into the pits, came back out, and he showed his frustration with Larson. He made it a little hard for him to pass, not anything like he did to Kevin Harvick, of course, which is important. Remember that. So after that, he went further back, and on TV they showed the radio communication, and he was talking about, was I there? And his team said, oh yeah, you were there. And then literally moments later, you see Chase Elliott spin out, and a lot of people were saying that Chase Elliott spun out on purpose. And hearing that radio communication and then seeing him spin out on purpose right afterward, also given the fact that last year he gave Kevin Harvick such a hard time, and him and Kevin Harvick had that rivalry, a lot of people were saying that Chase Elliott spun out on purpose. And if that were all the information we had, it would be a great conspiracy theory to have. But in my opinion, I think he had some front suspension damage, and that's why he spun out. Because literally, when he hit that wall, you could hear it on the broadcast. He said, "We bent something in the front. Something in the front is messed up." I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the exact quote, but you can see, you could hear in that audio, if you're watching the race, that he said something in the front end was messed up. So it is highly likely that something in the front end was messed up, but it could go either way on this one. I don't really know. Did he get mad again like he did in the Kevin Harvick situation and spin out on purpose? It is hard to say, but I think for the life of me, I don't think he would have spun out on purpose, just like I don't think Kyle Larson would have put him in the wall on purpose or thrown a late block on purpose, because those two are teammates. They respect each other. I think this just happened to be on both sides racing deals. But of course, I'd love to know what you think down in the comments below. But I think both of these situations were actually racing deals. Now let's get to what I think was actually a bigger controversy, the rim and tire package. Okay, for the second race in a row, we're talking about the rim and tire package. I think the car itself has only one real issue, and I think that is the clutch and shifter package. But the wheel and tire is just ruining any chance this new car has of shining, because this wheel and tire package for the second week in a row is what we're talking about. Every time somebody has two flat tires or two or more flat tires, they get landlocked on the ground. They can't go anywhere, and it's because we've got this low profile sidewall. When that thing pops and that thing goes down, you just can't do anything. So NASCAR has to come up with some way to remedy to this. Now, everybody's like, you can't run inner liner on low profile tires. That's absolute crap. I used to have a BMW Mini Cooper with run flats, and the sidewalls were much thinner than the sidewalls they've got on these Cup cars. They need to put the inner liner back in them and stop BSing. That is the first thing they need to do. They need to just stop with the nonsense, put the inner liner in there, so that these cars stop getting beached like a whale at low tide. I mean, that is the simplest and easiest fix. They need to go ahead and get it done. The other thing they could do is, well, you know what? It's not that hard to change a hub. Go back to the old tire until you can figure out this situation with what you got going on. I hate to be like that, and I hate to say that, but I'm just saying, we can't have guys going 4 laps down because they blow 2 tires. So, like, literally every time you spin, you got to, like, hold your fingers and be like, oh my goodness, hope my tires don't pop, because I'm going to go 4 or 5 laps down, because it takes forever for the tow truck to get there and tow them back into the pits. The other thing that needs to be done is, even with the inner liner and all that, you're still going to have situations. They need to put a tow hook on the front and a tow hook on the back. Since we're going to basically run a supercar or a sports car, they need to go ahead and add the tow hooks to the front and back. That is pretty much standard practice in every other type of racing except for NASCAR. So those are the 2 things. We need the inner liner back, or the run flat technology, and we need to put tow hooks in the front and back. All right, like I said, I got 2 more videos coming out. One about noontime, noonish somewhere, and the other one will probably drop at about 2:15 or so. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe down below. If you got a comment, leave it down in the comment section. I'll get to as many as I can, and other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.